Boom, hey internet. Peter Benedicto. He is a brand consultant, amongst other things. You're gonna see in this interview, I've known him for years and years as a professional and a veteran inside of the fashion space. For all my young browns out there, this man has a wealth of knowledge, so I had to bring him to the channel, and it's not gonna be the last time. So here's a little bit from our interview here. So I know you as a sales dude and a marketing guy, but overall, I think I would call you like a merchandiser, right?
Yep.
But how do you introduce yourself, or what title do you give yourself?
Man, what title do I give myself? Lately, I've just been calling myself kind of just like a brand strategist at the end of the day. Because just, obviously my experience over the years has kind of been all encompassing from different aspects, if that makes any sense. Like how I got started in the industry, for instance, was actually an outerwear brand, Helly Hansen, back in the day. And I was actually in the finance department. That's how I got started. And then moved into in-house sales and marketing there. Trying to hit the glass ceiling, and then took the route of independent sales rep.
Right.
And then, did some years there, moved down to LA, worked with Puma. So I did West Coast footwear sales for Puma, and then worked in the showroom side for a little bit as well. Opened up the showroom, the Foundation on the West Coast with their team.
That was a big shout out to Foundation though. That was a big team.
Yeah. Great team.
Started from New York, and then I don't even remember this. So you're part of that West Coast team that opened up the office on this side.
Correct.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. Did that, and then, worked with some independent brands, and then most recently was at Project Trade Show for 5.5 years, where I headed up all our brand partnerships and sponsorships for the trade show. Yeah.
Wow.
So that brings us here to today.
More or less. I know there's a lot of stories in between. I think I met you when you were right before Puma. I'm wondering, did you have a showroom in the Northwest? Am I wrong?
Yeah. So we actually met, I was at Helly Hansen, actually. I was just doing a little reconnaissance into the marketplace to see if Helly Hansen would be, could make some inroads into the streetwear marketplace. That's why I was actually down there when we met, because we met at the campground at the trade show. And I was just like, it was definitely the internet's how I found out about you. I don't know what blog it was or what, but I was like, yo, this is the dude, JP, that's doing all the custom denim.
So I was the handmade denim guy when you met me. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, man. You were doing it. There wasn't many of you guys back then.
Dude, I tell my channel about it. I feel like they don't believe me because most of the documentation was before the internet. But
right. No, but your man that you're listening to right now, John Phenom, is a well-known designer. He was way ahead of the game doing custom denim before there were even people thinking of custom denim, So you can learn a lot from this guy right here. Yeah, stay tuned for sure.
A lot of nights of sewing raw denim bolt in my apartment in K-Town till 2 a.m. So, dude, I didn't even know that you started in finance in-house and then jumped to sales. That tells me a lot about the versatility in your character, because sales and marketing, which are also two different disciplines, which you've done both of, are both tough. It's a different kind of person.
Yeah. So, a very analytical mindset. Believe it or not, I was very introverted back in the day. I was the credit manager. So I was like the anti-sales guy within the company.
You were the credit manager? Wow. That's interesting.
I was like, no, we're not going to ship them. That's fine. They don't need it.
Wow. Oh, wait. Actually, I do have to pause and tell you, can you explain to our people, because you just joked about it, but I'm just realizing some people won't know what that is.
Yeah. So what a credit manager is, they work within the finance department of a company and kind of overlook the accounts receivable division for the company. So they make sure, companies are paid up, companies have established a line of credit so you can ship them their goods.
Yeah.
So making sure people are being responsible and paying their bills at the end of the day.
You're actively checking credit score of the brands.
Oh yeah, checking the credit score.
Or the retail rather.
Yeah, the retailers. It's crazy. We have these, they call them industry credit bureaus. So it was the who's who. It was the people from Helly Hansen, people from North Face, people from Burton, people from Levi's, people from Solomon. All the outdoor brands, Mountain Hardware, even Coleman was there. We would go and sit at a round table and discuss, back in the day, we'd have these huge books of all the retailers. And we used to be like, so-and-so retailer, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, paid. Haven't paid me in 60 days. And then, you know what I mean? And then we'd be like,
wow.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty crazy back then.
Tell me about what you're doing like right now, like these days, the current projects that you can talk about.
Yeah.
I know you're teamed up with the good people at Supervision, and we were talking about some other projects. So what are you working on? What you cooking on?
So I'm the brand manager at Supervision Studios. So with Supervision, we have our brand, and then we also have our kind of what we just call our agency side, which we do special projects for various companies or brands.
Oh, is that like that's like SMU?
Well, we do some of that stuff.
Okay.
But like people kind of tap into us for kind of just creative projects as well.
Oh.
Like design wise, or, you know, for instance, we've been tapped recently, you know, by Facebook for their, what they call We the Culture campaign. So we designed hoodie, pair of sweatpants, like a tote bag and a cap for them to gift to, I think it was like 150 Black influencers for this campaign. And it was cool. Like, it was interesting. First off, we're just like, it's a big company, but then it's like, you know, we know the people, they tapped us for a reason, so let's kind of like give them what they want. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And, you know, doing stuff like that for a big company, of course, there's a little bit of creative tug of war per se.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, we were able to, you know, come to a happy place and get the product designed and produced for them and then shipped out. There were some pretty cool like influencers on that campaign too. Like if you go to it, I think it's like #WeTheCulture. You can kind of see that there. But then also, you know, like we hit up by like Coachella to do some stuff.
Wow.
You know, to do like a small collaboration there. And then, you know, I mean, that's like corporate companies hitting us up to do collaborative projects, but then we also get hit up because of who we are and what our brand is to do kind of just creative projects as well. Like we did recently a mural in South Central LA to do a mural, and we created it where it's kind of like a living mural. So it links to a website. You go and you scan with a QR code, and you could also text a number that's on there, and it will send you the link to the website, which houses links to financial literacy, links to like how to create and write a resume and stuff like that. And also like local places to eat healthy food and so on and so on. And that's called the I Empower project. I think it's iempower.org is that website. Yeah.
So using graffiti and murals as almost a vehicle for like education, pro-social support.
Yep, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I wasn't aware of the studio side. I'm very aware of the apparel side, obviously.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Well, you know, I mean, I feel like over the years, like everyone's been so focused on building like brands per se, like design this, like it's cool. There's always been a lack of community over the years. So one of the things that has always interested me with my business partner, Gavin, is he's always been tapped into the community where he grew up of LA, you know? I mean, his history or like the work he's done has always touched the community all the way back from his JBC or Just Be Cool days when he used to throw events, all the way to when he had his store on Fairfax called Youth. There was always like a give back component, and then also helping people and showing people, you know, you can do it too, you know, at the end of the day, which has always been great. And then, you know, even with Supervision, it's his first kind of brand that he's been building. And, you know, actually after Youth, I forgot to mention, he was tapped by YG to be co-founder and creative director of his 400 brand.
Okay.
He did that there. And then, you know, a couple years, great run there. It was like, he's ready to do his own thing. So that's when Supervision started in 2019. So we're still a relatively young brand.
Right. And I had heard about that connection with YG and that brand, and then that being the founder of Supervision. So that's dope. But Youth, I didn't know he owned that shop Youth.
Yeah, that was all him. Yeah,
wow.
No, it was cool. It was probably one of the few stores on the block that was a multi-brand store, and that also like carried art and small accessories and, you know, just stuff that was different, that wasn't always available out there. You know what I mean? So he knows retail. He knows what people want. You know? Yeah,
very hard to curate those things. I feel like a green shop owner might say, yeah, I'm going to have those things too. But to curate it and really let the consumer feel like, oh yeah, this is all cohesive is very underrated.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So tell me about the work. Also, I know that you're working with Brand Labs. So tell us about that work.
Yeah, so on the Brand Lab side of things, I'm working with my friend Eddie, who's the founder of his company's called Brand Labs, and he tapped me to kind of help put together. They have a partnership with an interesting live streaming sales app by the name of Pop Shop Live. So imagine Instagram Live, where you can actually sell product directly in the stream without leaving it.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Pop Shop Live. I got put onto them initially by the people at DesignerCon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They do a huge thing with DesignerCon, and I think the name of their show on DesignerCon is called 3D Retro, which they sell, tons of bear bricks, tons of just collectibles in general.
Yeah. But the app is dope. I mean, just like you said, it's like a cool ass QVC.
Yeah, like
interactive selling.
Yeah, I mean, interactive selling. It's interesting because, a lot of the times people are like, QVC. Oh, okay, cool, I get it. But it's not. It's cooler. Like, are you familiar with the company Taobao in China, who did $68 billion last year in revenue, and now is gonna double that in 1 year?
Oh yeah,
through live stream selling. We even had a call with another designer out of New York that makes suits. He literally flew back during the quarantine to China a couple times, and each time he went live on Taobao, he sold over $100,000 with the product.
Wow.
Suits.
Wild.
Yeah. So, I think Gen Z and millennial shoppers are looking for other ways to, buy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is a cool way for sure. And it's kind of addicting, man. Like, there's a thing where, it's in your mental where you're like, oh, I see people buying stuff. There's things that trigger you to be like, I got to make sure I'm here. I want to buy this. Who knows what they're going to drop? It might be something limited, might be something cool that I'll never see again. There's just something that plays into your psyche of watching some live stream selling.
Yeah, a little element of network in there too.
Yeah.
In that front, but there's a lot of plays there. That's going to be really interesting to see that roll out. So with Brand Lab though, you guys are getting set to launch a ton of different content.
Yes. Yeah. So we're kind of elevating the production side of it from the point of view of what the normal users are doing. So we're creating content to announce our different shows. And then within those shows, we're going to be creating, or not within those shows, but all the various shows are going to be aligned in certain, vertical channels per se. So there'll be one for fashion. There'll be one for sustainability. There'll be one for social impact type stuff. There'll be some there with music and art and all those different things where people can watch, get information, and then also purchase through those different channels and shows.
Wow. Yeah. Obviously, you guys will hear all about it on this channel because it's going to be content. So one way or another, you're definitely going to hear about it on my channel.